quick. But did you, first of all, did you actually have any association or any comments on the passing of David Graeber in the past year, public intellectual? Did you know him?
I didn't know him personally, but I knew his work very well. Very important figure. Did wonderful work.
Did wonderful work. Yeah, he was a leader in the Occupy movement, and he was constantly talking about. He was an anthropologist,
but also his was one of the big supporters of the Kurdish Rojava movement. His scholarly work broke open a lot of areas of the richness and achievements of what's called prehistoric societies, meaning they showed a lot of cultural wealth, richness. He was an anarchist. He gave strong arguments to show that the imposition of the state system undermined lots of achievements that have been made. Very valuable work.
Very valuable work, yeah. And that was one thing to touch on is, he talked a lot about kind of how our notions of, efficiency and, public good and private good are pretty twisted.
So he wrote a great book on bullshit jobs.
Yeah.
How most of the work that's being done is just kind of shuffling papers to keep something happening, to throw out. And there could be really productive work that people need. So that's worth thinking about when you think about the alleged threat of automation. I mean, there's an awful lot of work that's done just in managing systems that isn't really necessary at all. I mean, you can see it in the United States. One place where you see it dramatically is if you go into a hospital. Before you can, you go into the emergency room, which I've had to do a number of times, and before you can even be looked at, you have to fill a lot of paperwork out. Is the insurance company going to pay for it? Is there something in the small print you didn't notice? So you have to show I can pay for it myself, and on and on. And if you walk through the wards of the best hospitals in the country, Mass General, you go through the cancer ward. There's at the center of the floor, there's about a bunch of desks where about 20 people are working on administration.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in Canada, you don't have, in fact, there was a study by Harvard Medical School comparing the best hospital in the United States, Mass General, with the best hospital in Toronto, and just comparing it in many respects. And one of the questions they looked at when they went to the Toronto hospital is they asked, where's the billing department? Kind of blank stare. And finally, somebody said, oh yeah, there's an office down in the basement for Americans who come here. We have to have a billing department. In the United States, that's half the hospital.